Microfarming for Profit is the first business book I've ever written. This is not a how-to book on growing animals or food plants, but rather a book on how to make money doing those things. I begin the book by asking some tough questions like, do you have time to grow things? And do you like doing it? Then I move on to the business aspects of a microfarm, like how to write a business plan, selecting a business structure that works best for you, naming your company, the importance of value-added products from your microfarm. I end the first part with some fanciful microfarms that just might work, like the edible aquarium and sushi bar. Possible microfarming animals and plants are next in the book, and I focus mostly on the most profitable ones for a microfarm: ginseng, medical marijuana, mushrooms, dairy products, tomatoes, chili peppers, and microgreens, and more are all covered in 4 different ways: the description of the crop, pros, cons, and the bottom line. Next, I profile 14 microfarmers and 1 big buyer of microfarmed crops. The farmers include a beekeeper making killer bee honey, a first-time medical marijuana grower, a sustainable oyster farmer, an award-winning organic raspberry grower, dairy operators hatching chicks and making cheeses, a mushroom grower who's not in the dark, and other farmers specializing in crops like garlic, ornamental flowers, a grower specializing in chilies and tomatoes as bedding plants, lavender growers, and several more. And buying $100,000 worth of locally grown produce each year is Chef Matt Yohalam, owner of Il Piatto restaurant in Santa Fe. In Part 3, I chronicle my experiences, both good and bad, about having several microfarms during my life, and what I learned from growing them. I've been a microfarmer, so I know the risks, the joys of a bumper crop, and the frustration of failure, whether it's because of you or events beyond your control, like a hailstorm. Part 4 is a step-by-step description of how to build your microfarm, from tools to cold frames, greenhouses to raised beds, plus how to expand your microfarm. In Part 5, I continue the business instruction I started in Part 1, and this is how to sell, market, and advertise your microfarm and its value-added products. I discuss sales calls, how to close a sale, the basic forms of advertising you will need, and how to tie all these techniques together so that you have a good marketing plan. After all, a microfarm is a business, and I want everyone who's got one to make good money and have fun. Even before publication, Microfarming for Profit was getting good reviews. Publishers Weekly commented, "This useful, entertaining guide gives prospective microfarmers the dirt on realistic essentials for turning a garden into a money-making enterprise." The author advises on such basics as business plans and sales techniques, profiles a range of actual working microfarms from flowers to killer bees, and relates hilarious stories from his own microfarming. Microfarming for Profit, From Garden to Glory by Dave DeWitt, from Torrey House Press, available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and local booksellers. I'm the author, Dave DeWitt, and I approve this message.